Yeah, I wanted one that just was, but I couldn't find it. Okay, here we go. And good morning. Welcome to the Temple Municipal Court. I see some folks are still working to get connected to audio, so they won't be able to hear me. But once your video and audio are connected, if you'll just listen for a few moments. My name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. And what I want to tell you is just a few things about your rights and your responsibilities here. So one thing I want to let you know is that when you are given a ticket or given a citation, those are all methods that we have under the law for accusing someone. That's what a ticket is, an accusation. And a plea is an answer or a response to that accusation. There are three options for pleading. They are guilty, not guilty, and no contest. Now, if you plead guilty, you are saying, I did this. If you are pleading, sorry, somebody's unmuted and it's going to cause interference. If you are pleading guilty, you're admitting that offense. That's your answer to that accusation. If you plead not guilty, you're contesting the charge. I'll talk more about what that does in a moment. And if you plead no contest, you're just allowing me to find you guilty without saying you did or did not do it. Okay. So really there are those three options: admitting it, asking for a trial, or just giving a neutral plea and moving forward with sentencing. So guilty and no contest, I'll just move forward into sentencing. And I want to talk in a moment about the options that you have to still gain a dismissal. If you plead not, you're actually asking the court to schedule trial. You're demanding really that the state prove the case against you. We all have the right to do that, but it just takes a different direction, which is to the pretrial docket. And that docket is meeting today. And also the regular general docket is meeting today. So you can expect that I will very likely confirm the plea that you've entered if I'm not clear about it, and just make sure I don't make mistakes, and also to make sure people understand what we're doing. Okay. But we're running two dockets. And the way that's going to look in this particular day is I'll actually work with people who are here to talk to the judge directly. And then folks who are on the pretrial, we're going to create another room. And the prosecutor, who's named Ms. Nicole Warren, N. Warren on your screen, she'll wave here in a moment. Thank you, Ms. Warren. She is the city's prosecutor. She represents the state of Texas in the cases when they come to trial. And she's here to review her case. She also will give you just some basic information, and I'll leave that to her to do. She is guided by state law in her actions, and she can listen, but you're not required to make statements to her. But I'm asking you, as I would ask anyone, to just look carefully at your case and make a decision as to whether or not, if there's an offer, whether you want the offer, and if not, whether we need to get a jury in and spend tax money to do that, which we can do. So I'm not complaining. It's the job that we do. But I just want you to know where that direction takes you. So today's a pretrial on the not guilty docket. And then the next thing that happens is a live trial. And a live pretrial. It's not the trial, but we adjust pretrial matters under law, motions perhaps, but also I assess a bond on your case in order to schedule it onto the jury or the judge docket for trial. Okay, so that's a two-step process, but today's process, really the nice part is we get to do it on Zoom, and that allows you to not have to sit here all day in a courtroom just to have a preliminary matter to resolve it. So I think that's very convenient. And then I'm working with folks who need attention on their case, and I'll just juggle those back and forth, do it all the time. And I'm sort of talking a little because I know other people are getting admitted in, but tell you is just options for dismissal. And the options for dismissal in this type of court, this is a Class C court. And here, the cases that are filed, they are fines and costs, okay? Normally, there's not going to be jail time. Now, people can get warrants for failing to come to court, for not addressing their court matter on time. You can get warrants. And I'm telling you that not to, I'm not picking on anybody, but I want to let you know, if you get into something like a payment plan, or we reschedule you to bring us information, or you get a sentence that requires you to make payments or to turn something in, like a record or a class, it's very important that you follow up on time, or you can get a warrant. Also, because if there's a better option that we're scheduling you to kind of do for yourself, when you miss the date, the court date, you waive the option under state law. So all that is to say, just stay on it. And if you find that you're scheduled to do something and you can't do it, sometimes things happen and you can't get it done, you need to reach out on or before that court date and talk to us about it. Either, you can call the clerk for information, but you've got to resolve things in writing. So you can email to the court online help email, which is on the website. And it's also where we sent this meeting from. We sent it from the help site, the helpline, okay? So that's pretty easy, because you'd hit reply if you've got a problem there, okay? And you can always write a letter and fax a letter even too, but you need to call and make sure we got that, because if technology fails, you're kind of stuck holding the ball, as they say. So options for dismissal, and let me review this. I'm going to be kind of quick, but I want to make sure people kind of get a sense of the lay of the land. In a Class C court, even where you've pled guilty or no contest, you still have 4 ways to gain a dismissal. Let me tell you what they are, and then I'll tell you how they work, okay? They are compliance dismissals, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court, okay? Now, the option of dismissal for compliance is the least expensive and the easiest, but you have to be on time to court, and it has to be eligible for the option by state law. That's things like your registration was out, or your tires were bald, or there's a defective equipment thing that you were cited for. You come on time to court and get it fixed, there's a dismissal and $10. So that's an example of a really good option. And if you didn't know, and I'm looking for that, and if I see that there's one, I have somebody today that may be eligible for that, I'll be telling you, because state law says I am to do that if you qualify. So the best way for me to do that is to ask and try to figure it out. Sometimes people don't know they had the option. We might reschedule your case if you didn't know that you had the option, or but you're just trying to get the thing done. So that one I'll just work with you on. And if you want to tell me something about that when it's your turn, that's fine. But I'm not going to wait for you to ask. I'm just going to automatically look for that option. Second option, driver safety course option. You take a class and turn in your driving record on a schedule. You got to be on time. And I dismiss the charge. Here's the most beneficial part of that, besides the fact that Texas gets a better driver, and that is really the reason for that program. Every ticket has a court cost and a fine, and in the driver safety course option, you pay the court cost, the fine goes on hold, you turn in your class and your record, and I will dismiss the charge off of your record, and I'll waive the fine. It's cheaper than the ticket, even though you pay for the class and the record, because we design it that way on purpose, so that we incentivize people to take that class, because what we know is that even guilty or not guilty, the statistic is that when we get a citation, just issued one, we move into a bracket of higher risk. And when we take a class like that, even though it may not be all that exciting, when we take a class like that, we move back into the odds we had before we got the citation of being a safer driver. So it's really very logical. Texas wants better drivers. We're willing to waive fines for that reason. So it's less expensive. You've got to qualify to be in the program. I'll pre-qualify you. If I see that you're eligible, I'll start trying to see if you want to do it. We do have to collect the court costs. They're not cheap. They range from about $130 to $150. I can't change that because that's set by our legislature, okay? But the fine I can put on hold, and you don't have to pay it if you finish the program, okay? And you get a dismissal. So least expensive option for a moving violation, okay? And keeps it off your record. So that's a win-win, really, in a way. It's just you have to do the steps, the things, okay? The things have to get done. All right, so that's the second option. The third is called a deferred disposition. And let me just give you a couple of words about that. I find it helpful to explain what it means. Deferred disposition, deferred means delay, and disposition means to make final. So I take your plea of guilty or no contest, I put it on hold. We put an order in called deferred disposition order, and it basically tells you here are the steps to take to gain a dismissal. We're going to have to sort out payment. I'm going to have to decide if I'm making you take a class. Sometimes I do. I'm going to have to decide if I need records from you of some sort, okay? And then no tickets during the deferral. You can't get any more tickets during the period of time. And you can't get arrested or get warrants or fail to come to court. You got to keep your address current. Stay in touch with us, make sure we can reach you. And at the end of the deferral, I dismiss the ticket. Deferrals last anywhere from 90 to 180 days, depending on the circumstances. The way that you get a deferred disposition in a Class C court is different from all the other courts in the state of Texas. And if you listen up, you'll know something that even lawyers might not know. And that is that you can get a deferred disposition in the state of Texas by requesting it from the judge directly, guilty or no contest, but I'd like a deferred. That's how you do that. It's very simple. You may also ask Ms. Warren, if you're on her docket, if she's willing to recommend a deferred, and she has the power to do that as well, okay? So speak up, because if you don't ask, we are required to assume that you don't want to do it. It's something you must advocate for yourself, okay, to ask about that. But you can have it considered on a plea of guilty or no contest plus a request, may I have it deferred, okay? So that's that third one. And I always put a few more words in about that because it's a little bit intricate, but it's not really that hard, okay? And then the fourth one is a teen court option, and that's for high school students or younger. And I should be able to catch that you're a high school student, but let me know if you're a high school student if I'm not talking to you about teen court, because we really should be talking about teen court at that point. It's an alternative sentencing option for young people to take responsibility for their actions that got them to court in the first place and gain a dismissal, earn a dismissal really, instead of parents paying for them and walking away. When a parent pays, I usually see that young person again pretty soon, okay? So I like the other option better, and it will save the family money, but the real reason for it is to really get a young person back on track. With traffic, that means a safety issue. With a criminal offense, that means their permanent record that can affect job opportunities in the future, okay? So I'll be talking to you all about that, but those are our four options. And right now, I'm gonna go ahead and start the pretrial process. And what's gonna happen is if you're on that docket, I'm creating a room, and then I'm going to send an invitation to you to join Ms. Warren in that room for a discussion. And what happens at that point, when you're done with that discussion, win, lose, or draw, whatever happens in there, y'all are coming back into this meeting in order to have a conversation with me before you go today. And we're starting with Kenneth Moore. Mr. Moore, I'm going to find you on my screen again. There you are. You're getting that invitation right about now. And if you'll accept it, and when you come back, you'll come back into this room. Now, I just want to kind of clarify who's here. I have quite a number of people today that I can't identify, and I don't know who you are, and therefore I don't know, what number you are in line, basically. Let me start with Lavonda Bailey, and I see the gentleman on the screen. And sir, if you could unmute for just a moment. You're labeled Lavonda Bailey. No problem with that, but I can't connect it to case. Could you let me know whose case it is today?
Bobby Nelson.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Nelson. I do have you today for the pretrial, and I'll make sure that I keep that straight. I'm going to go ahead and change the name on the screen just for purposes of this meeting. It'll revert back to the other name when you log out today. But I'm going to go ahead and rename you right now so that I don't lose track of your place in the line. Okay, Mr. Nelson? And thank you, sir. You're on the pretrial docket, and now I won't lose track of you. The next one I want to ask, I had, let me find them. Gentleman with the hat on, let's see, it's a black hat. You've got a beard and you're labeled Zoom user. If you could unmute and tell me your name, please, that's going to help me.
Yeah, Mark Aragon.
Aragon. Great. There you are. See, I almost had you. I knew your face because I think we've spoken a while back, maybe, perhaps, or you just have one of those familiar faces. But thank you very much. Now I know where you're in the line. Okay. Thanks. And young lady actually on my screen next to him, but I don't know how it looks for y'all. Black t-shirt, long brown hair. And I'm asking you to unmute and just tell me who you are, please.
Veronica Menchaca.
There you are. I see you now. Great. Thank you, Ms. Menchaca. I will keep track of you now. Somebody got knocked out. Asking also, I've got some folks on the phone, and if I could, a phone number ending in 085, I'm asking you to please unmute. Can you unmute and tell me who you are? Phone number ending 085. Who are you? We'll see if that connects at some point. Person phone number ending in 433. Could you tell me who you are? Phone number ending in 433. What's your name? Phone number ending in 193. Please unmute. Who are you? Phone number ending in 628. Who are you, please? Well, I'll try again later, but what's happening is you're not in line to talk to anybody. You're just hanging out listening. There, 193. What's your name? Hello?
Jeff Formica.
Okay. Jeff Formica?
Yeah, last name Hromagka.
Formica. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you, Mr. Formica. I'll be much better able to make sure that I address you and don't skip you today. I'll keep you on there. I'm going to rename it, but it doesn't always stay renamed on the phone. But we can work with that. And anyone else? 850? Feels like a lottery. 628 433. Okay, well, I'm not going to disconnect y'all yet, but if you manage to figure out that you need to unmute, I've invited you to unmute. You should have at least received that. I'll listen if you'll speak up, but I'm going to not delay. I want to go ahead and get going and talking first with Yvonne Gomez or Gomez. If you'll unmute and help me pronounce your name right, I'm going to pull your file up, okay?
Yes, ma'am. It's Yvonne Gomez.
Yvonne Gomez, thank you. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
I'm looking and we have older cases, and I did receive your pleas. Thank you very much. And just looking at the information that you've provided, let me just confirm. I believe that you requested a payment plan and
Yes, ma'am.
entered pleas of guilty on all cases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 5. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just to be clear, these are older cases from 2011 and 2012, and you've entered guilty pleas on all of them. There was a no insurance charge, speeding, inspection, a change of address case, and then the final one that confuses people more than not is the not coming to court on time resulted in a single charge of called violation of the promise to appear. That promise is always, when we sign that ticket, there's a court date at the bottom, just to make sure you know what you pled to, because that can confuse people, and I understand, but I want you to know what's going on, okay? Do you have any questions, or am I correct in assuming that your plea in the writing was guilty on all cases?
Yes, ma'am, you're correct.
Okay. And then you requested, we have warrants, which is why they scheduled you to talk to me, because I need to personally handle some of that. No problem. And you had requested to pay $250 a month instead of paying it all in full. And I can definitely do that with you. The only thing I want to just kind of confirm that you understand is that I do not release the license, the hold, until this is complete. Okay.
Okay,
And so if the sooner you get it done, the faster that will happen. Okay.
okay.
Can you start that payment plan today?
Yes, ma'am.
Paying $250 today, and then I can do that every month thereafter. And if you want to speed it up, there'll be no penalty or anything like that. It just would mean the more you pay on it, the faster it gets over with, essentially.
Okay,
Okay. I do need to collect your signature today. I do see you're a local person. Can you come by to sign for that? And just, I'm going to recall your warrant on your signature. So there won't be any issue. Like, you don't need to be worried about it after today.
Okay.
But it would be best if you came by this morning.
okay,
Sign, and then they'll spell out your whole plan. You'll sign for it, and you'll have a schedule to follow. Okay.
okay,
So we'll recall your warrants with the signature today. Okay.
okay. And what's the latest I can come by today?
How quickly can you get here? Answer that.
I can be there at 1.
Great. What, a little bit 1 or 1 after 1?
Yes.
That's fine. Okay, that's perfectly works great. Okay. All right, Miss Gomez. We'll see you soon, okay?
Okay, thank you. Am I good to leave the Zoom?
Yes, let me just say one thing. You're
Okay.
in a payment plan, and I'm going to keep honoring that payment plan. If you run into trouble with that plan, let me know through Court Online Help. Write in and tell us, here's a problem, this is what's happening. People sign up to do things with good intent. I start by assuming people are acting in good faith. What you have to do, though, is sometimes things change, and I hope it doesn't. But if something changes, you'll definitely want to let us know if you can't meet the obligation that you've signed up for, okay?
Right.
Because if you go back to warrant, each warrant fee by state law is $50. 5 times 50 is your monthly payment plan. If you miss a payment date, you're setting yourself back a month each time. So
Right.
there's no need to do that, because I can work with circumstances changing, okay?
Okay.
So I just don't want you to leave after all this time of these sitting here believing that, okay, now what happens if something happens? You
Right.
know? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay. Now, just moving to the next person is going to be Australia Salas or Salas. You can unmute and tell me. But before I go to that case, young lady, and she's got a nice gray sweater on, and it's iPhone, and you came in just recently. I'm just asking you if you would unmute and let me know your name, please.
Yes, ma'am. Kendra Lundy. I was on the regular call and then I realized I could log in to the video.
Much better to log into the video. Ms. Lundy, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, I just want to have the right name on there so that I don't lose track of your place in line. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll just mute you. I'll get to you soon, okay? All right. So let's see. Let's get back to Salas. Salas. Australia Salas or Salas. Can you unmute? Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Good.
And by my records, you're 17, and I want to ask you, are you in high school?
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you go to school?
Belton High School.
Okay. And are you going to be a senior?
Yes, junior.
Okay. Great. So it's a theft under $100, and the costs and fines are $296. Okay. And I had a note, your mom wrote a note to me, but I believe you signed it. So I think you know that she wrote a note to me about everything going on with you. Okay. I want to ask you though, and I know you're not working right now. We have a first offender program for theft, and you've pled guilty and asked for a deferred disposition. Now, with a deferred disposition, you pay the cost of the ticket, and to do a deferred on a theft, I require an intervention class. That class is going to run under $50. But we have a first offender program. She doesn't have a prior charge, right? I don't believe you've ever had a charge on this type of case with us. I'm verifying that, because if that's the case, as it is here, you can take the class, not be in a deferred, get it back on time. It's an online class, so you can take it at home, turn it in on by your next court date, and dismiss without paying the $296. Okay, it's less expensive. It keeps it off your record. It's our first offender program that I have worked out with this prosecutor, that we try to get people back on track with regard to theft charges, especially for our young people, but always for first offenders. We want to work with you and give you the least expensive option to get you back on track, because thefts ruin your future. They really, really take away options for work later in your life when it becomes important. So what would have to happen there, and I do recognize there's constraint financially at home, because your mom told me about her health concerns and yours as well. Is there a way to get that class done, paid for and completed in the next, say, 40 days?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
Somebody can help you pay for that class?
Mhm.
Excellent. Then let's reschedule you to come back in 30 days and have that class. And if you can't get it done, you don't need to be embarrassed. You need to still log in and talk to me about what's happening, so that I can work with you and maybe give you more time, because that's something that I will do. But you've got to stay on time, because if you're not on time, I'm not able to sign that dismissal that I want to try to help you get to. And August 5th would be our return date. That's a Thursday. Will that work for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we're going to reschedule you for the first offender program for August, what did we say? 8th, 7th, 5th, 5th, sorry, August 5th. And it's the same Zoom. And by then, if you can email or fax over your certificate of or bring it by your certificate of completion, then I can sign that dismissal and you can just start over with this. And that class will be designed to help you think about what you're doing, because what we know is you'll be tempted to do this again. That's just a statistical fact. If that doesn't happen, great. But for 95% of the people out there, that temptation happens again. And if you're armed with tools and you're armed with your brain turned on, which is what that course will help you with, then you're less likely to do it again. You're more likely to push back on that temptation. And I don't know what you're interested in doing when you get older. What are you looking to do or become?
A vet.
A vet. Okay, you can't get into vet school with this on your record. So you need this program, okay?
Mhm.
I want you to be able to be a vet. And I don't want something like a single bad decision to take that from you, okay? All right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Your name's Star for a reason, okay? All right.
Mhm.
So I need to get your name or your signature on a reset today. Can you come by the building today?
I can try, and if not, tomorrow.
Can I email it to you and for sure get it from you? Can you print it, sign it, and send it back over?
Yes, ma'am.
And let's do that, because I need it today. You got to stay on time. I got to get your signature today.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll email the reset. And if you run into trouble getting it back to us, you need to get over here. Okay. We have to have that signature today to keep you on time. That's the program. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And we'll also email you the class information with your due date.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ms. Salas. Do you have any more questions?
No, ma'am.
Mom's right there with you, right?
Yes.
Does she have questions?
You have questions? No.
Okay. All right. If you'd wind up with questions, call a clerk or email a clerk. And if they can't answer for whatever reason, then they'll get you to me. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I want you to succeed. Okay.
Okay.
17. Let's get you back on track. All right.
Okay.
Okay, moving right along, folks. Ms. Devan Navarette may not be Mr. or Ms. I haven't looked at the file fully like that. I just think of people. Let's have you unmute. Where are you?
Okay.
There you are. Sorry, Mr. Navarette. Didn't mean to misspeak.
No, you're fine.
Thanks. Let's see. There we go. So this is a speeding charge. I did receive your plea. I think we're in a deferred. We are, and it looks like what's going on with that deferred, please? Do we have any?
We have one.
Okay. We had broken down your deferred into 3 payments. We did get the first one on time. We are now behind on the other 2. They're missing. And this ends later this month in June. And we set you today to try to figure out what's going on, see if we can address it and work with you further. Mr.
Right.
Knapp, are you working?
Yes, I had missed a payment, and I missed the payment, and I went in last month to make that payment because I got a letter in the mail.
Yeah.
When I made, go ahead.
When you missed the payment, you defaulted on your agreement. So what they did was said you need to talk to the judge about it because it's off.
Right.
Okay. Oh, Ms. Warren, I just saw you. I'll be with you shortly. So we need to get you back on track. Are you still with Liberty Pharmacy?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you make the first missing payment today? It's $85.
Can I make it tomorrow? Tomorrow's when I have money.
Okay. I can change that date to tomorrow, which is June 25th. And then you still have the final payment of $86. And look at your calendar quickly and tell me the dates you're going to make that one.
Okay. So June 25th, July 23rd. Or did you want it sooner?
I can do that, but we do need to extend your deferred order out because it'll be over before then. So
Okay.
I have the power to extend you and still keep this order in place till
Okay.
August 24th. What I need on this today is your initials on the modification, and there'll be a blank at the bottom of your order with an X by it for you to sign. That's
Okay.
one thing. And then we're going to reschedule this hearing that we're having today for your final payment date, the day after, like the following Tuesday. And that'll be July 26th because, I'm sorry, 27th. We'll reset your show cause because at that point, I just want one last conversation if we're not, on track and we've already had a default. So I'm signing these changes over and to this new plan, okay? And you'll be on a deferred longer, but I do need your initials on that today. And we can email that to you and you can email it back, but we must receive it today. Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
The other option is to come by. But if you can do that today, we can email that today and get it from you today, then we're good to go. And we'll get it to you in the next 30 minutes to an hour, emailed to you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Warren, let me pull up the file of Mr. Moore. And Mr. Moore, you and Ms. Warren both unmuted. Ms. Warren, what are we looking at here?
Your Honor, we're headed to trial in this case.
Okay, so Mr. Moore, we're gonna see you here August 25th at 3 o'clock for your final pretrial. And at that point, let me see if I need it. We'll have any pretrial matters that are needed to be heard by the court. I'll set a bond and we'll set a court date. We'll see you at 3 on the 25th of August.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. And Ms. Warren, just moving you forward, advancing you into your docket is Guillermo Estrada, excuse me. And Mr. Estrada, it looks like.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
You are G Estrada, right?
Guillermo Estrada. My name
Right,
is.
I have a few Estradas today. Okay, good. Estrada, sending that invitation to you right now. We'll see you back here shortly. Okay. I'll put that one on top. Moving on, I have, let's see, we handled Mr. Navarrete. And so talking to Mark Aragon. Mr. Aragon, let me have you unmute while I pull your file.
Good morning.
Good morning. Give me just a moment. How are you today?
Doing all right.
I did receive pleas on your open cases. We had capiases though, so I don't know how much I really needed those pleas. Let me double check. These are all no contests. We had a payment plan with him before, correct? Let me just review for a moment the financial information that you've given me. You're paid twice a month?
Yes, ma'am.
What day of the
Or
month?
every other week.
Right, what day of the week?
Thursday.
Okay. And then your spouse working as well?
Yes, ma'am.
We have a total balance on the 5 cases of $2465.34. I'm wondering, excuse me, what can you put towards your balance today, if anything?
I could put, whatever I need to, 250, 300, 250 maybe.
Let's do 250. And then you're asking to pay 250 per month, is that right?
Right.
And I show that you could do more than that. I'm not going to order it. I'm going to start with 250 today.
I'll pay it off sooner. I just wanted to.
Right. So after today, it's at least monthly. And then if you want to get done sooner and get your license released, put money at it when you can, and you'll find that you get done faster than you thought you would.
Yeah.
You'll have to come by to sign. And I'll recall your warrants today with that signature. But the hold on the license, it's there until you're done.
Yeah, I'll pay it off sooner than that.
Mm-hmm. Most people do. It's a 0 interest loan, really, when you get down to it. But the faster you pay it, the quicker you're done. We don't add any money to it for paying it out or anything like that. It's just we need a plan. we want you to stick to that plan because I think you heard me tell the young lady almost very similar situation earlier. If you allow it to go to warrant, you add $250 because of the issue with regard to, the warrant fees that I can't do anything about. Once I have to issue that warrant for defaulting on a plan like this, it just makes you pay more. Okay. So if you run into difficulty, you need to make sure that we know about it so we can work with you. Okay.
It should be good.
Yeah, great. So you're coming by when today?
It'll be late this afternoon.
How late?
4.
It's okay.
I'll get with you in a little bit.
Okay. So we'll see you around 4 at the window, at the clerk's window. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Ms. Warren, you were talking with Mr. Estrada, yes?
Yeah, excuse me, yes.
Okay. Looking at moving.
And it's the Guillermo Estrada, and
Yeah.
he has changed his plea to no contest.
Okay.
And he showed proof of the rabies shot. So
Okay.
I have reduced his fines and costs to just the court cost of $78.
Okay, reducing the cost. And then I think we have a payment plan with you, Mr. Estrada, on a previous charge. Plan. It's on time. We're just gonna look and see what that plan is for that previous case. And if it's on time, we just add it. And Ms. Warren, per your verbal request, I won't wait for your motion. I'll do that reduction here in the court.
Okay.
And Mr. Estrada, we're just interested in getting that reduction done before we add that to your payment plan. But it looks like your payment plan is scheduled to start June 30th, and it's $100 a month until it's done. And we're just going to add this. I see your nod, but you're actually muted. Yeah, great. And so your costs, now this has, let me see the pie chart on the new one. Yes. And Ms. Warren, I guess you'll send that rabies information over, or was it already in the file?
He actually stated it's already in the file, but if it's not, he did show me through Zoom. So I assume it's in the file, but if not, he has it to give to the court.
Okay. I'll check on that. Let me move Ms. Warren forward. Mr. Guillermo Estrada, I want you to just hang on because we're going to keep working with you. And Gretchen Garvin is next up on the pretrial docket. Ms. Garvin, you're going to get an invitation here in a second to go talk to Ms. Warren as well. Okay, so costs only, reduce the fine to 0. So, Mr. Estrada, what I'd like to do is see if we can get your signature on the new payment plan today. It looks like your last payment on the payment plan you already have was $41. This is going to be $76 added. So there'll be one more payment of $100, and then the final amount will probably be some change that you'll pay a month later unless you pay it up front. And we're going to have that ready for signature in about 5 to 10 minutes. And then what I'm wondering is, can we email it to you, have you print it, and email it back to us?
Yes, I can go to the municipal court if you want me to go there.
That's great.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I know too. No, but I like to do it in person.
Great. Can you come over in about half an hour?
Yes, I think so, man. Yes.
Okay, up to it, maybe in an hour.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we'll have that at the front desk for you here shortly, okay?
So I'll just go ask for the lady who attended me the first time?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
There we go. This is Estrada. And I'll just sign that reduction. Okay, Mr. Estrada. Thank you very much. And we'll have you ready, here shortly at the front desk.
One question.
Yes.
To this, I'm releasing about everything because they send me another. Okay, that's it. All right.
Today, once we get your signature, you're just on that payment plan.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So, let's see. Mark Aragon, we've already done his case. And so there's a reason I keep a list because it's just too many folks. And so what I want to do, folks, is the next person would be Ms. Veronica Menchaca. And Ms. Menchaca, if you'll unmute and let me get your file pulled.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have a speeding charge. It has fines and costs of $279. How are you pleading to that charge?
No contest.
Okay. And we sent you a plea form and a financial affidavit form and didn't get them back. And then we called to try to get it, and the phone we had was disconnected. So my first question is, have you been to a driver safety course in the last year for purposes of getting a ticket dismissed?
I have, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're not qualified for the driver safety course. Are you wanting to pay this in full? Can you pay this in full today?
I'm actually not able to. I was going to try to request a deferral, but I did also email and fax over my affidavit documents. I'm not too sure why they weren't received.
When did you send them?
I sent them about 20 minutes before the Zoom meeting started. I know that's not ideal, and I apologize, but I did send everything in. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, give me a minute. Let me look, because we were gearing up to come in here. We weren't looking for more stuff. So hang on just a moment. Okay, let me look. Let me check.
Yes, ma'am.
I missed on Mr. Guillermo Estrada. I forgot to look in his file to see if his rabies compliance document was there. And if not, we need to ask him when he comes in to provide it. He showed it to Nicole. So is it there? Fantastic. Great. Okay. Cross that off the list. Thank you. And then on Ms. Menchaca, she emailed her affidavit to Court Online Help, kind of probably just a few minutes before we started. And it may be in there. A clerk might have put, it looks like they might have put it in, but if they didn't, it might be in the Court Online Help section. So hold on just a moment. I don't mind granting the deferred. Okay, so we're good there. Let me, when did you take your class?
September of 2020.
Okay, who was it for us?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I mean, I can look, but it's just easier to talk to you. Okay. Oh, there we go, at the bottom. Great. No problem. She was able to send it. She just didn't send it before we checked. Do we have your new phone number on this form? The 913 number, is that working?
Yes, that is. I'm not too sure why or how it was disconnected, but that has been my phone number, Your Honor.
Okay, great. What can you pay towards your balance today?
$50.
Okay. I'm looking. Are you the only income to your home?
Yes.
Do you get any kind of bonuses or anything at your position?
I do, but it does vary. And I actually recently added.
Right now, you have a mortgage that takes your entire paycheck, and you have. It doesn't. It's $1,300 for the mortgage, and then I get paid first and 15th. I see that. Now.
Okay.
All right. When I do a deferred, I can split the whole thing, which is $279, into 3 payments.
Okay.
That becomes $93, $93, and $93. Now,
Okay.
I can work with you on when we do that, but I try to collect it within the first 45 to 90 days. Okay.
Okay.
So looking at this, when could you pay the first one, the $93?
I could do that on the 1st, if that's okay.
Yes. I believe the 1st is a Friday. It might be a Saturday. Let me double check. No, the 1st is a Thursday. So July 1st for the first one. And then are we doing like that? Then August 1st is a Sunday. Are you wanting a month?
Yes.
So August 2nd, will that work?
Yes.
And then September 1st?
Yes.
And I'm not requiring a class. You just recently had one. But I do need your signature today on this document. Can we email it to you and have you sign it and email it back?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. And the email you used to log in today is the one that we have on file, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to grant your deferred. It will end, that is wrap up October 21st with those 3 payments. That's the reduction. And then here's Mr. or Ms. Menchaca's payout on her deferred right here. And we'll email that to you here shortly. And just once you fax it back to us signed or email it back signed, call and make sure it's in. Okay.
Okay, I will do that. I did have one question, Judge Parsons. Is there any way, if I am able to somehow make the other payment sooner, is there any way that this will end quicker? Or?
Oh, shorten the deferred?
Yes, or is it's just automatically 3 months, correct?
The only time I shorten it to 90 days, because we have to track these every month. The only time that I do that is if you pay it all on the first day.
Oh,
so
okay.
My policy is it's 4 months of no tickets and dismissal,
Okay.
or 90 days pay up front.
Okay.
We know we closed everything off that we have to check on. On the other, we're still checking on it. So clerks need a little time to do their job. They work hard, but if I pile too much up on them, then we start having mistakes.
Understood.
So
okay.
my policies are just the overall health of the court plus ways to make it accessible to the most people possible. So that all translates into it's 120 days unless we get it all up front, because otherwise we have tracking that deviates so much from the rest that we can't get it done.
Okay, understood. I appreciate that.
Another employee, but we don't want to spend the money to do that if we don't need it.
Right. No, I understand. I definitely don't want to be in this position again, so I don't plan on that happening. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so look for that in your email, okay?
Okay, have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. You too, ma'am. And thank you. Ms. Warren, I think you were talking to, I'm sorry, Gretchen Garvin.
Yes.
That file. Okay, and Ms. Garvin and Ms. Warren, I believe the February 4th stop, both cases were on the docket for today. And Ms. Warren, what say you?
I have verified the validity of Miss Garvin's license. And so she did change her plea to no contest on both the speeding and the DWLI.
Yes.
On the DWLI, it'll be a deferred with a class, the driver safety course, due by July 30th.
Okay.
And I'm going to dismiss the speeding ticket.
Plea and bar, okay.
Yes.
Okay, and so I'll look for your dismissal, but we can generate the deferred document. And Ms. Garvin, I see you're in a vehicle. I know you're not driving, but that tells me you're not at a desk. So are you in Temple? Because I know you live locally. Sorry, you'll have to unmute, ma'am.
Sorry. I do live in Temple, but I work in Belton, so I'm actually in the parking lot of my friend's car to do my meeting. I can come to Temple and sign the documents this afternoon if I need to.
Yes, we need you to do that. So we'll look for you around what time?
I get off at 3:30. If you can make it 4.
Perfect. Okay, we should have everything, including your dismissal by then too. So you'll be able to have copies of all your documents. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Also, the prosecutor was telling me, Miss Warren, she was telling me that I can do a payment plan for the DWLI.
Right. It's not really a payment plan, but she's right that I'll work with you on a payout. Let me look at your situation. I did need to take that step. Miss Warren, let me advance you forward. Miss Garvin, hang on just a moment. Hold on just a moment. And Ms. Warren, you're looking at talking to Daniel, excuse me, Estrada. And let me find Mr. Estrada. There you are, sir. Let me send you that information or that link, Mr. Estrada, and you'll just click on the link. And Ms. Garvin, give me just a moment. You're paid every week in your position?
I'm sorry?
You're paid every week at your job?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you have a son, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the other parent helping you with your son?
No, ma'am.
No child support ordered, or is it ordered and behind?
No, no child support ordered.
Okay.
I honestly don't even know where he's at. He hasn't seen my son since he was about 6 months old. He's gonna be 5 this year, so.
I'm sorry you're going through that, but you look like you're doing well. So
Yeah.
I sort of have, I need to do one thing on your case on Ms. Garvin. I need to go ahead and do a reduction on the DWLI of the fine in half, please. You qualify for a reduction and then a payout. So give me a moment to get that done, okay? This is Guillermo Estrada. Okay, on that fine, drop it in half, please. So that's going to put you at 181. What can you pay towards that today?
181, you said?
Yes.
I have $20 in my bank account until tomorrow.
Tomorrow, what can you pay?
I get paid tomorrow. Just give me one moment.
Can we do $60?
Let me look at my bills. I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't hear you. It disconnected. I can do 60 though.
Perfect. That's what I asked. So tomorrow you
Okay.
can do 60, right? Tomorrow?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then, so you're paid every week on a Friday?
Yes, ma'am.
So if we look carefully at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, that's the 23rd of July. Can we do that for the next payment?
I'm sorry, you're saying pay 60 every week until July 23rd?
No, I'm saying 60 tomorrow, 60 a month from tomorrow, and 60 a month from that day.
Oh, wow. Yes, I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, this is not about the money for the judge, okay? So that's
I appreciate you so much, Your Honor. I really do.
yeah, well, you got circumstances, and that's what I'm supposed to do is listen, okay? So no tickets for 120 days, and that will end you on this deferred October 21st. And then the payments are minimum 625, 723, and 827. It'll be on your document. When you come by today, you were going to come by today, right? At 4. That's what your order is going to say on your deferred, with a dismissal final date of October 21st, as long as there are no tickets or arrests or failures to come to court. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So we'll see you around 4, okay?
And also, Miss Warren said I have to complete the driver safety by July 30th.
Yes, that's
and that
right.
will be written on my documents this afternoon.
Yes, it is. Excuse me. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Ms. Warren, let me pull his file. Mr. Estrada's got it. And if I could hear from you, and Mr. Estrada, you can unmute. What are we looking at with this one?
We are headed to trial, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Estrada, we're going to see you August 25th for the final pretrial at 3 o'clock, okay?
Sounds good.
See you then.
All right. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, and Ms. Warren, let me move you forward. Your next person is Soraya. You can help me, Humphrey. And I will send Ms. Humphrey that invitation to you. And that's just, we'll see you back in here at the end, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Have your invitation. Great. Yeah. Okay. Let me just straighten up a tiny bit. It's there, and I still have some people that I never was able to identify. And so I'm going to take a moment and see what we can do there. Hang on just a moment. And after that, I'm going to move forward. And the next person for my docket is Mr. Hodmaka. And he can, but I do want to ask again, telephone number. It begins with 254 and that phone number ends in 433. Never was able to find out who you are. Who are you, please? Are you on the phone, 433? Phone number ending in 433?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your name, please?
Marianne Beverly Spiker, Spyker.
Okay. I've got you on the pretrial and we'll be with you shortly. I wanted to try to figure out who you were because it's just a phone number. Ms. Spiker, great. Now I know who's there. And I'll keep track of that.
Thank you.
Yes. And then I had a phone number here ending in 085. Phone number ending in 085. Who are you, please? And then phone number ending in 628. Who are you, please? You just came in the meeting. Hello, 628. I've had people in and out that have maybe lost connectivity.
Hello?
Hi, person named, 628. Who are you, please?
Juan Torres?
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, Juan Torres. Is it your case?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Juan Torres. I'm looking because I don't see you on my docket. Let me try to look up your file and see if you're supposed to be here today.
Yeah, I was told to call.
Yeah, Torres.
That's me.
Okay. Torres. Juan Juan. What is your date of birth?
May 30th, 58.
What? So this is a pre-trial that is set up for July, I think, 14th is the final. That's the final. But what about the pre-trial date before that? Looks like the 24th at 9. See? I don't know why that would be set for discovery at 9 o'clock in the morning. Just one moment. I'm going to care what we sent to him at that point, because that's not appropriate to set.
Says here on my paperwork that a pre-trial hearing is today.
Yeah, it
and
is.
Then I have a final pre-trial hearing August 25th at 3.
Let's pull. Yes, just a moment. Because my file reads a little differently and I'll get it sorted out, but that's why I've been trying to get you to tell me who you were for a while. It's no problem, but just work with me. I'm going to mute you for a moment, Mr. Torres, because I'm going to ask somebody else a question real quickly. Phone number ending in 085. 085. Who are you, please? That's a discovery hearing. They must have caught their mistake and changed him all up. And so now I don't even know what to tell him. He's asking for discovery, apparently. She can't.
Hello?
Yes.
This is 0085.
What's your name, please?
Laura Long.
Long. Okay, Miss Long, great. I'll be right with you.
Okay.
I'm gonna let y'all sort that out and get real clear with me on what he's really set for and what he has notice of. I'm gonna move on to the next person while I'm waiting on that. And so Mr. Hromadka, if you could unmute, sir, can you hear me? Mr. Hromadka, Jeffrey? Mr. Hromadka, there's no way to have a hearing if you're muted. Can you unmute?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Yes,
Hi.
hi. So I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. I'm just looking and I'm a little confused by some notes, and I'm looking at your request for payment plan.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just want to walk through and confirm because I didn't get all your plea papers. And then I also have a letter of representation from a lawyer's office, the law firm of Cotton, Castano, and Richardson, and they're located
ma'am.
in Austin and Waco. But they did not send a confirmation about which cases. They said that they are retained for Social Security income and disability benefits, and they sent
Yes,
it to
ma'am.
the traffic court, or someone did. Now, that's not really a letter that tells me that they represent you for traffic tickets. It tells me that they represent you for a disability claim, which I respect. That's fine. But the fact is, I'm very confused about what you're trying to do today. Did you hire lawyers to represent you in the cases here?
No, this is for my disability and unable to make a payment to y'all.
Okay, so you haven't hired them to represent you here.
No.
I don't know why they had our address and sent us a rep letter, but
I'm not sure. I was sending a letter one time before to y'all saying that I was not able to make a payment because I'm not currently working. I've still been out of work for like almost 2 years now.
yeah, I can work with you on that once I know I'm allowed to. But when I get a letter from an attorney, I have to figure out what that attorney's doing, because that attorney, if they represent you, would tell you that I can't talk to you at all. So you didn't hire them to represent you for tickets. You hired them to represent you for your disability claim with the US.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's for my disability.
And that's the type of lawyer they are, but I just wanted to double check. Okay, I'm just making some notes.
I'm trying to get all this stuff behind me.
Yes, I understand. We do that one step at a time. And then I got 3 forms with pleas on them, but I've got 5, 6, 7 cases with you. And I'm just going to walk you through these cases, and you can tell me how you're pleading. And then we can talk about the financial circumstances that you have.
Okay.
I can look at that, but I need pleas first, okay? Because I need to know what we're doing, what you're trying to do. And your plea tells me that. So I'm going to walk you through these. June 13th of 2007, there's a subsequent no insurance charge. I have that you've pled no contest. It's 7/21/40 until I look at it further. How are you pleading to the charge itself?
On the no insurance, I had insurance. I had no
Have you turned that
confirmation.
in? So I would have to see that insurance today showing coverage on that vehicle from June. And I need to look at that because you've already entered a plea. You entered a plea.
It's guilty.
Okay, I have a note. That's in a payment plan. See, what y'all wrote to me is that we didn't get a plea on all the cases, but all the cases have a plea entered on them. And I'm having trouble matching those plea forms, and I'm lost because that what y'all told me isn't complete. I need complete information on here, or just, match it up for me, or tell me which ones we don't have a plea on, because I show he's entered a plea on all these cases and that we've started that. And I don't know if he's defaulted now. I don't know if we're missing pleas on cases. Y'all told me we're missing pleas on cases. Which ones? Yeah, but let's go by the whole record. Are there any cases missing a plea? Because I don't show that there are. And can we match a plea to each case? Okay.
Yeah, if you have a thing, there's, so they don't have any standing. No, if there's,
He could have pled 8 years ago.
yeah, if it says that, then that's what it is. Okay.
Okay, so we have pleas on all cases. Okay, that saves me the next 5 to 10 minutes of having to make him rehash through all that he's already done.
Excuse me.
So I'm showing that you don't have income at all. Am I correct, Mr. Ramaka?
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
I'm showing that you do not have income right now. I mean, you're working on it. I get that. And you're working hard on getting that solved. But right now, I'm not showing income. Do I understand correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about your disability too. You're
Uh,
not
my-
saying the reason why you're disabled. Is it medical?
It's medical reason, my hips and my feet.
Okay. So what I do at this point is I determine that, one, you're not able to make payment, and so we should order an alternative. And the alternative is always going to be community service. And that's not always physical. I have a list of places, and I'll send that to you, but I'm also going to tell you to talk to your doctor about it. And if your doctor says you can't, if your doctor says you cannot do community service, then I need your doctor to write that down, and you need to submit that to me by your due date. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So right now, the balance is $3276.28.
Good Lord.
Yeah, it adds up after a while, but that would turn into 163 hours of community service. And I'm going to give you until August 24th to show me some progress or a doctor's note.
Okay.
Because I'm no doctor, and I don't get in between the relationship of you and your doctor. And y'all need to have a discussion and your doctor, and you need to tell me what's up. Okay?
Okay.
You're
All
the
right.
doctor of your choice. Okay?
Perfect.
Okay. So I'm going to email that all to you or mail it to you. Did you today, did you have email that we used?
Yes, I have an email.
Okay. Do we have it on file? Did we email you the meeting information for today?
I don't know for today, but I did get paperwork in the mail.
Okay, in the mail. That's different from email. What is your email, please?
It's HROMADKAJOKE71
And just to confirm, HOOMADKAJOKE71
No, ma'am. It's going to be
Okay.
HROMAD71JOKE@gmail.com.
HROMAD71JOKE@gmail.com.
Right. It's my last name
Yes,
and then the 71 and then joke.
right. I said that and you corrected me. So
sorry.
HROMADKA.
Yes, ma'am.
71. Okay, I may have heard you wrong, so don't apologize. It could be my mistake, but let's just get real clear, okay?
Okay.
Because your name is not an easy one to hear correctly.
Right. I
Yeah.
hear you.
And I've actually thought you were. I was about to ask you how to really spell your name because we have HROMADKA, and earlier I heard it differently. So, great. We'll email that all over to you. And you'll need to sign for it. There's one signature in that packet. And what I'd like is to get a copy of that back from you today, okay?
Okay.
And then you're good to go. And then we need to hear from you either that you're doing the community service and need more time, or it's done, or a doctor's note saying your physical limitations are going to prevent it.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions?
No, ma'am. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Here's Mr. Hermadka. Okay. Folks, let me just catch up real quickly. Yes.
Okay, so Lisa did set him for discovery today, but.
We can't even do that.
Yeah, and so Melissa saw that he couldn't do that. So he is reset for discovery on July the 14th at 2 p.m.
Has he already had his pretrial?
He has not. So once he gets the discovery, then
Then
he will
we
be
set.
set for pretrial.
Okay. All right. So he's coming in on the 14th at 2.
He should be coming in on the 14th at 2.
Okay. Mr. Torres, can you unmute for just a moment? Juan Torres, can you unmute for just a moment, please?
Okay.
Okay. I've sorted everything out and figured out what happened. Okay. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. So what you requested was for discovery, and it got set for today in an error because we can't do discovery this way. Okay. So you're coming in for discovery. We've sent a correction to you for July 14th at 2 o'clock to come to the building because you're going to watch a video.
Okay. Yeah. So it'll be next month on the 14th
At 2.
at 2.
Here at the Municipal Court building. Okay.
Okay.
We'll see you then.
Okay. Great. It's good to be on the air.
Yeah. Well, and it's good to get it all cleared up. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks for your patience.
See you then.
Have a nice day.
Too.
Okay. And Ms. Warren, you were working with Ms. Humphrey.
Excuse me. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
I am dismissing that case based on the proof provided to me. That email is accessible to the court through the Temple prosecutor email. But the proof also shows that it was before the complaint was filed, and Ms. Humphrey claims that she did pass on that information. So for all those reasons, I am dismissing that charge.
Okay. Dismissing. And are you sending that over?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Humphrey, I'll sign that today and we'll email that signed copy, final copy to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Warren. We'll just look for that and then I'll sign it. And I'm then moving Ms. Humphrey, I'll let you go. And let me just do that. And then Ms. Warren, we're moving to Byron Nelson.
Okay.
I believe Mr. Nelson there he is patiently waiting. And Mr. Nelson, you'll receive that invitation over to join Ms. Warren and have that discussion. Okay. And so she's sending that document over. Let me sign it and then email it to Ms. Humphrey. And I'm moving forward with Kendra Lundy. Ms. Lundy, you can unmute and I'm pulling your file. Let me just reacquaint myself with what you wrote me, okay? Give me just a quick moment.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry to hear you're in the circumstances you're in. And I do have your pleas of no contest. And it does look like right now, and I know you're probably working hard at it, but you're looking for employment. And
Yes, ma'am.
also, I'm glad you have family to go to. So I can order community service in your case, and I will accept the pleas that you've entered. And then what I'm going to tell you is the amount of hours we need. And you look fit, and that's great, but I just want to ask if you have any disabilities that I need to take into account.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so 44 hours total. I give triple credit up front. And then what we're looking at is trying to get that back from you by August 24th. And you're in the Houston area still?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can do this wherever, as long as it's a nonprofit in the state of Texas, then I'm going to be fine with it. Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
food banks are good places to work at trying to find a volunteer opportunity. I think I saw you have, you don't have children in the home with you right now.
No, ma'am. I have family helping me with my daughter. I just have one though.
Okay. Sometimes their school is a nonprofit, animal services, library, any of those outreach. Just if it's not on my list, if it's on my list and it's in your community, it's good to go. If it's not on my list, what my list tells you, there's a list of instructions and it'll say any nonprofit in the state of Texas is fine. Just confirm that, because if you work at one that isn't, sometimes I'm not able to get you to the point where you have credit for it. And then you've committed all that time and you didn't get, I mean, you got a great opportunity and that's wonderful, but you're on a time schedule trying to deal with your license. I see that in what you're telling me. And the sooner I can get it in, the sooner I get those hours and I can verify them, the faster I can release that DL. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
We can email that to you. I just need a signature on one page. Can you sign it and email or fax it back over to us? Like
Yes,
you did.
ma'am.
Took a picture, that's fine. That'll work. You know, I don't care. It doesn't have to look pretty. I just need to get it. And that looked just fine. So we'll email that to you here shortly.
Yes, ma'am.
Just make sure when you send it back, call and make sure we got it. And that way you're completed your documents and you're moving forward, and you'll have a timesheet to keep track of your hours, some written directions. I want you to confirm those written directions, read them and make sure you understand. And if you have questions, you can call us. Okay. But I'll recall your warrants will go off today. Okay.
Okay.
And then what I'm looking for is releasing the DL with the proof of completion of the hours on the other.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for coming back in and getting back on track. Stay on track, okay?
Yes, ma'am. You have a good day.
Good luck with everything. I know you'll get back on your feet.
I will. I believe in it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So Ms. Lindy, let's move into resolution. And my final person right now is Laura Long. Ms. Long, could you unmute and let's try to talk? Laura Long? Are you there, Ms. Long? Ms. Long, are you there?
I'm here.
Great. Okay, so I do have your plea on the rubbish charge, and that's from, it's a no contest plea, which is fine. And I do have your income information. And I'm just looking at a possibility of what we might do. Can you talk to me a little bit about the nature of what makes you disabled?
Oh, that was my arthritis in my lower back.
Okay.
And mentally.
Sorry?
And mentally.
Okay.
I take drugs for depression.
Okay. And you own your home, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have like a monthly amount that you put aside for a tax bill?
No, ma'am.
Do you owe taxes? Are you behind on taxes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then I have that there's maybe you and your spouse, Social Security and disability, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And one of you at least is required to pay child support?
Caught up on it.
Okay, so what other bills do you have? You listed, the electric bill, the water bill, the phone bill, food costs, auto insurance, gas to get around town, the child support. I don't see a car payment. I don't see any other bills that you have. Do you have any other bills?
Specifically, other than the two telephones. I don't even remember what I put down. The cost, I know on the food cost, I put $300 down. That's usually what I pay in groceries. But we eat out, run over to the store convenience to eat more than I cook at home.
Yes, I know. I see that. You put a little more, so that's probably what that's for. But I'm showing that you could make a payment plan of about, $30 a month.
If I have to, I guess I will, but I don't even know what he meant by debris. I had a kayak. We'd just taken off the car. We had gone out to the lake. And I know I got a chair and a ice chest in the yard.
Right. Let me look and see if there's any information to help with that discussion. I don't file the charge. The officer does.
I know.
And I would have to look at it. So hold on just a moment and see. I'll look and see if there's anything that helps us know what the issue was. Hold on one moment. I'm working on that. Just getting that to pull up, Ms. Long. And so what they had was lumber boxes, plastic boxes, indoor furniture, trash, appliances, metal shelving, and automotive parts on May 6th.
Well, maybe it's auto parts. I don't even know what auto parts. I don't have auto parts.
You can back up, Ms. Long. If you would like to have a discussion with the prosecutor, she can tell you more about that, because as the judge, I don't go decide facts before trial.
I understand what you're doing.
Yeah, so I can back up and say,
if they said I had that,
ma'am,
I remember back. What is this?
Could you let me speak for just a moment, please?
Yes.
I can't explain it to you or talk more about it with you. What I can do up and get you into a conversation with the party involved, which would be through the prosecutor, who can look and talk about it with you. The reason I'm suggesting that might be something to do is that if you don't understand it, you're going to get it filed again. So, it might be better for you to understand it, and then we can look at the payment options after that. If you still understand that, yeah, that's what happened. Because I appreciate your wanting to be efficient and just say, I guess that's true. But the reality is, if it's still the case, they're going to file on you again. So do you want to back up and maybe get a better understanding? Because All I can do is what I did, which is read to you what they wrote down for us.
I better on that because I know that was what was it? January? What was it? After I had my surgery, my eye surgery last year.
This is May.
I couldn't clean the yard. And then after I got well, I cleaned out downstairs and might have been some of that one. Okay.
This is from May.
Talk to
Ms.
I
Long.
will talk to the process.
Okay, let's
I beg
reschedule.
pardon?
You need to come by the building and sign for a reset. Can someone bring you here?
I can come.
Okay, you can come?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'll have that at the front desk for you. Can you come this morning?
What?
Can you come this morning?
Yes, ma'am, as soon as I get dressed.
Yes, where the court was, where you came before, but the address is going to be 401 North 3rd Street. And we're catty corner, really, to the downtown fire station. Across the street from them. We need to back up.
Still has a water company, right?
Correct. Right next to it in the same building. Can we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too.
Okay. Great. Ms. Warren, I know you were working with, I'm sorry, Mr. Nelson. Let me get that file pulled forward. Great. What do you say?
Yes, Your Honor. On this case, Mr. Nelson did enter a guilty plea back in April. I think there was a mix-up because he did change his plea and entered a not guilty plea in June. Even though he didn't make that change timely, I considered the information that he presented to me, and he is guilty, and he agrees to that. So the issue now is payment or community service. Mr. Nelson is disabled and has some disabilities he'd like to talk to you about.
Yes, I see that is actually, he would be, yeah, I'm all ears. Mr. Nelson, there was confusion. I'm glad we've gotten it resolved. And let me see if I can advance Ms. Warren. You have Ms. Spiker. And Ms. Spiker, you'll receive that invitation. She's on phone. And we've had a little delay in her replying. I don't know if there's a delay in her hearing, but Ms. Spiker, you're going to need to join the conversation. There she went. So
okay. And Your Honor, with the phones, you know, we have issues with dismissal. So you want me to just go ahead, or you want me to come back in and explain and then go back in?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll do that.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Nelson, just one moment. I need to talk to Ms. Tamia Jones, who has her hand up. Ms. Jones, you can take your hand down and unmute and tell me what's up. You have a question?
Sure. I was supposed to join the Zoom meeting earlier, but I was having trouble getting into it. So I joined it right now.
You're in it right now. You're in it right now. We'll get to you shortly.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Nelson, once the plea got entered, it moved forward. But I do see the financial constraint. Give me just a moment to fully assess that. Do you have any kind of car payment or anything like that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So yeah, I'm showing that you don't have the ability to do a payment plan. and we would look at community service subject to medical constraints. And I know from what you've told me that you've got Social Security coming in. Are you, I'm sorry. Can you tell me just a little bit about physically what's happening with disabilities?
TBI and I got a right missing leg and just in my back. I got a bad back and limited mobility, stuff like that.
Okay. And I didn't completely hear the first one. Did you say TBI? What now?
TBI, traumatic brain injury.
Okay, I see. So are we partner wife? Are you nearby?
Sibling.
Yeah, my sister.
Great. She can come on screen or she didn't have to, but let me ask, Mr. Nelson, are you going to see a doctor anytime soon?
Do you have a doctor's appointment soon?
I go Friday. I go get medicine refill next Friday.
Okay. So what I need from your doctor is a note that tells me that you can't do community service. And I think your doctor is going to agree that you shouldn't do it.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to order the hours because you can't make the payment, but I'll give you 30 days to get me back a doctor note. And sister,
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, I'm writing. I'm documenting.
Oh, great. Can you help him get that note? Because I know with TBI, it's a real struggle. And I want to work with y'all. I just would like a note as soon as we can get it, but not later than July 20th.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll make that order and then we'll look for that note. Okay.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
That'll let me waive it, Mr. Nelson. Okay.
Okay.
That'll let me waive the payment. If I can get a note like that from your doctor, I can
Yep.
waive it in the community service.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Ms. Warren, I think that you were talking with, I'm sorry.
Miss Spiker. And she's on the phone. She did change her plea to no contest, but I do realize it's kind of difficult her being in that other room. So I told her she needs to appear in her next court setting. I just wanted to get that date so that I could give that to her before she hangs up.
Okay. Yeah, that date is going to be August 25th at 3. And that'll be good because we have a number of things that are on a payment plan. And it'll be good to see if that's working out.
Okay. I'll let her know.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're just going to see her on her final pretrial. Oh, boy. It's a little bit of a challenge today. Alvarado. Let's see where we are. Andrew Alvarado is next for me. Okay, Mr. Alvarado.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Yes, hi. So we have a KPS warrant and there is a balance of $317. And are you still at Reinforcing Steel Supply? Looks like it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Great. Glad to hear that's working out for you. Give me just a moment to review the financial information. You have the one car payment, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're asking to pay $60 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
And you put money down today towards that since it is a warrant?
Actually, I get paid today on Thursdays, every Thursday, but my paycheck hits at 7 o'clock. So is there any way I can come tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's start $60. I need a signature today on with payment tomorrow. So I can email the payment plan to you.
I believe I just already got that signature.
No, I don't think so, since I didn't approve it until just now.
Oh, that's probably
Sorry?
that's probably something else. I'm sorry.
Yeah, listen, I can approve it, but I do have to get a signature today.
Do I have to go up there, or can we have an email?
Either you come here and sign it, or I email it to you and you confirm, get it back to me today.
How long would that take through the email process?
How long does it take you to email to me? I don't know.
Oh,
How
no.
long does that take?
Okay. Never
I
mind.
don't know how to answer that. You can email
Okay.
you can email it to me and call and make sure we got it.
Okay,
If you
yeah. Okay.
do something right now, it'd probably get here in the next 5 minutes or less, but I don't know how to answer that question. What I know,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
I know is I need a signature today. You have a warrant, and I'm not going to
Yes,
recall.
ma'am.
Until I get
Yes,
that.
ma'am. It'd be helpful if we go about the email way.
Yeah, we'll email it to you, but you've got to get it signed and back to me.
All right.
Okay, don't let this happen again, because this is a KPS, which means it's a warrant for non-payment. So
Yes, ma'am.
stay on your payment plan, okay?
Sure will.
Okay. All right, we'll email that over here in the next half hour.
Okay, that's it.
For now.
Thank you.
Okay. You got to complete the steps.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Warren, yes. Okay, so we're back, Ms. Warren and Ms. Jones, Tamia Jones. She's had a little bit of technical trouble, but she's been able to get back in the meeting. She appears to have video and audio available. Ms. Jones, we're waiting for you. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna send you to, Ms. Warren, we're ready to go to the next person, correct? So I'm sending you to that breakout room, Ms. Jones. Just accept the invitation. And for some reason, Australia is back online. I thought we had dismissed that party. Australia, are you there? I think she must have not logged out. Oh, we're going to wait for Ms. Warren, and I'm going to go ahead and review folks who want here their files. So, I mean, if you ask them to talk and they don't undo it, you're looking for the paperwork for Estrada? Which one? Guillermo? Guillermo, yeah, Guillermo. We got a few notes going out to clerks today. Okay.
Okay, I don't know what good it did because Miss Jones did plead no contest. She changed her plea to no contest. But then she got disconnected, I guess.
Yeah.
And she also has a no insurance ticket, and she pled on that too, which was no contest. But like I said,
Okay. We'll
matter now.
But no contest on both cases.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's the final. She was just going to set up payments, or?
Yes, I was trying to explain to her about proof of the insurance when we were cut off, but her pleas are no contest, and we didn't get into how she's going to pay.
Okay. I can work with that and give her 30 days to pay and try to get her to come back in and talk to me.
Okay.
And I just had one question for you. Let me just finish writing that note. I've been a little bit of a frustrating morning, but it's all good. I got a notice letter from, let me find it. Where is it? Here it is. On Garrett Slaughter case, a request by Mr. Swain to withdraw from that case. And it was set for today, but our MO is if the defendant isn't here, I just go ahead and set that for a hearing date and see if the person shows up, and then we'll go from there to do that changeover. So I'll just set that for, I just didn't know if you knew, but Swain is officially asking to remove himself. I think he has not had contact with that person
I noticed that in the record. That's fine.
And he definitely did everything he was supposed to in his motion. So I think it becomes perfunctory. I don't usually stand in the way of that. But I do give notice to his client to come tell me if I need to know something. So I'll set that for hearing, and then I'll probably set it on the next date that it's set up for, and then go from there.
Okay.
Do you have anything that you need to
I do not.
address? Okay. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank
All right.
y'all. Have a good day.
You too.